that because I'm always doing work until
I used to live next to like a train. I sleep like the dead now. There's no regrets here. Although also, and I can sleep anywhere. Like you tell me to sleep in that corner, I would sleep in that goddamn corner. No regrets.
Same though. I can't. I went through a period where I slept more like on campus than at my house.
The power of hate has kept me alive this long. Push me a little further. Alrighty then. Hooray! We're here. Sorry, it's been a long day. So last night we drove home from Birmingham because my husband had a doctor's appointment, and there was a delay that took an hour. And we got home really, really late, and I went to sleep. And in my dreams, I was still driving, so I was like, I'm falling asleep. Good. So the whole night was me sleep driving.
That's me. Every
in
time
my
I'm
bed.
sleeping, I think I get this like intense feeling like I'm really late for something. So I'm like,
Yep. No, it was.
not late. Good.
That's how I wake up, yeah.
And I like hysterically check my phone every like 5 minutes.
Yep.
I'll like wake up and feel that same like intense feeling that I'm late.
Yeah.
Keep checking my phone, rinse, repeat.
So if you guys see me kind of jolt a little bit, I'm probably still sleep driving in my head. But good news, today we're talking about books. How exciting. So I see some new faces. Yeah, some new faces. How exciting. I'm Chrissy. I'm the overly enthusiastic person that runs Designer's Corner. We're here every Wednesday, 8 to 9. If any of you guys came last week, I'm sorry we weren't actually here. The room was open, but apparently one person showed up. So if you're that one person, you get extra candy today. But usually we talk about different things, design related, obviously. We have a card, so if you'd like to follow our YouTube streams online, you can see me kind of tap dancing our way through these presentations. If you have something you'd like to present, please let me know, because I'd rather have you guys talking than me talking every week, for more than one reason. And yes, and we are sponsored by Salsa With Us. They're the folks that logos on that nice little erase board. And they provide us the candy. And normally we have art supplies, but since we're doing books today, I just left them at home because those books are heavy, you guys.
I know
They're really heavy.
Yeah, you didn't want anybody drawing in your books.
No, that too. I'm really particular about my books, but I brought some of my favorites, and I'll talk about them too when we go. I get really excited about this stuff, so if I'm talking too fast or you just have a question, feel free to stop me, because this is for you guys, not for me. Without further ado, we're gonna just jump right in. So I read this great book, A Graphic Designer's Guide to Gushing About Books. So I don't know about you guys, whenever I read a good design book, I run to my friend, and I'm like, I'm so excited, and they just stare at me blankly because they're not a designer and have no idea why kerning is important. I tell them why. But the fun part about it is that we're a room full of designers. I'm actually going to go through everyone, say your name and how you define yourself. No, that's too much. If you're a designer,
Are you existential crisis today?
yeah, right. I was like, no, Chrissy, this is too much. So Chrissy, freelance graphic designer.
Christine.
I'm currently doing like some part-time work for, I'm doing a website for a company, so I can do that. And do marketing stuff.
Hi, my name is Shruti, and I'm from India. I just completed my graduation. And I recently got it as an insurance agent.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm Suzanne Fuller, and I have some that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you showed me your business
I was
card.
in architecture for 3 years, moved into industrial design, and did up a building science degree, and finally a master's in computer science. So it's one of those.
Very well read.
Hi, I'm Morgan, and I'm actually a graphic designer in
I'm George Winters, retired from the phone company. Excuse me. I've hired a lot of designers in my career, but I'm not a designer. So I'm marketing and public relations.
Fantastic.
I'm Melissa, graphic designer and social
You know, I'm not a graphic designer. I'm my friend.
What are you, though? Other than awesome.
Oh,
There you go. Very good.
Yeah?
I major in GIS. It's geographic.
Awesome. That's fantastic. So you know how to find places.
Yeah.
That's cool. How about you?
My name is Ahmed. I'm a student studying biology at UAB.
Awesome. And Natalie?
I'm Natalie. I'm a computer science student at UAH and also a software engineer.
And your name and Your
My name is Liam Kennedy. I'm a local designer, both 2D and 3D. I like to tell people if you see it, I probably know how to make it, whether it's a video game, movie, website, application.
So it's a nice mix of designers and non-designers. So you guys will get it when I say designers get really excited about books, but that applies to any discipline. So a lot of what I say are just tips that I try to remind myself to do whenever I read a good book. So hopefully it'll help you guys enjoy your books and kind of remember what the book was about after you put it down. And then at the end, we'll kind of pick a book and talk about it. So, trick for getting the most out of your book. Books. Actually read the book. That helps. Sometimes, and I'm not even kidding, I'll go and I'll buy a book and then I put it on my shelf and I don't actually read it.
It's like a movie books.
Yeah, and it's like, it's all well and good, but if it's just sitting there, you're not actually gaining anything from it other than really nice shelf space. So even if it takes you 5 years, just make your way through the book. Force yourself by getting a buddy, by joining a book club, by coming to this and being like, Chrissy, I read this cool book. I'll be like, awesome, tell us all about it. Hold yourself accountable to it and actually read it because that's how you'll actually learn something from it.
Luckily, graphic design books are visual, so that helps.
They have pictures.
And
Oh, I
actually,
have some.
what gets me though is like I open up a graphic design book and I just end up looking at all the cool
Yeah.
stuff and I don't read any of it.
Yeah. To that, actually no, I'm a slide ahead of where I thought I was. But anyways, I find it helpful to jot down when and where I got the book. So in this case, like June 2011, graduation gift from Joe Schmo. It not only helps you remember, like, oh yeah, Joe Schmo got me this, but it's fun to keep track of when you got the book and see whether or not it actually affected your work. So I got a book on typography in 2011. Hey, all of a sudden, 2012, there's a lot of typography stuff happening. So it's more of a really nice way to kind of track your portfolio work, regardless of whether or not you ever tell anybody, but it's just fun. And it makes sure that you don't actually give Joe Schmo the same book that you got from him, because that can get a little weird. And that's happened before too. There we are. So take notes as you read. So you mentioned, you go through and you look at the pretty pictures. That would happen to me in history all the time because I was just like, I don't want to read about, the War of 1812 ever again. But if you actually read the book and you highlight and you take notes like what your history teacher told you to do, you actually start to gain stuff from it because by forcing yourself to take notes, you're processing it twice. You're not only reading it, but your hand is actually writing it out, so it helps you remember it better. And if you don't like writing in the book itself, because I know some people get really weirded out by that, myself included, you can write it on sticky notes and just stick it in, and then that helps you if you ever have to loan the book. You can take out your secret notes and then hand it to them clean, or if you ever have to sell it back, like if you're a student or anything like that. It's a good way to keep track. Also, practice what it preaches, so if it's teaching you a specific skill, try it out. Like, stick a sticky note in there or grab some loose sheets of paper. Try out what they're doing. Regardless of whether or not you like it, it'll force you to do something different, and that's a different way of learning as well. So the book not only teaches you with words, but actively trying to do something. Especially if you are just starting out. There's a lot of folks in here that aren't necessarily designers, so I don't know if you're in here because you're interested in design. You saw the word book and great in the same sentence, and you're like, yes, this is exciting. But if you're trying to learn a new discipline, whether it's design, engineering, architecture, or cooking, practicing what it preaches actually gets you further than just reading the book. And it's always fun to include those sketches in the back, so not only do you have the date from when you got the book at the beginning of the book, but at the end of the book you can actually see how terrible you were when you first started out, and then a few years later you can see you got a little bit better. So book report. This is something that I like to do, especially with digital books. I'll write a quick summary of my thoughts, whether I agreed or disagreed with the author, the biggest takeaway, and no, it's not going to be graded, but it helps you pick up from where you left off the next time you pick it up. You can actually see how your thoughts evolve over time too. This may be more for like philosophical books, but even for design books, you can say like, man, I love drop shadows, it's the best thing ever, gradients are the coolest, and then you can come back and say, well, okay, I understand my enthusiasm, but maybe certain situations it's not so helpful. And then talk about it. Share your insights. It's not only a good way to retain the information, because like I said, you're processing it twice, so you're not only reading it, but retaining it well enough to describe it to somebody else. So you're actually retaining it for longer periods. But it's a great opening line, so I read this great book. So if you're ever stuck with someone that you don't know what to talk about, you can talk about what somebody else wrote about in the book. So they're doing all the heavy lifting for you. So I had asked you guys to bring in books, and I see you excited. Yes, it's fantastic. Whether or not you guys actually brought in books, I brought in some of my favorites, and I've put them on these slides. Psychology, so I tried to also put not only what the book is, where you can get it, and you can actually click to the Amazon link, But I put the cover because I don't know about you guys, but I literally judge books not only by the cover, by their spine. So if the spine doesn't get my attention, you're screwed. But I also try to break down and get something from each different discipline within design to show you guys. So this one talks about the psychology of design. So 100 things designers need to know about people. So it breaks down, we like rules of three, we like asymmetry, we like to be able to have legible type. Speaking of typography, this one is a great introduction if you want to learn about what typography is and how it's important. It breaks it all down for you, and it's usually required reading for like first or second year designers. So a lot of you guys, if you are designers, may have actually already encountered that book. This one was one I got for my birthday like 2 weeks ago, and I cannot put it down. So it's all about how to use humor as a graphic designer, and the person who wrote it, I think, worked at like Cheeseburger, and like Comedy Central and places like that. So she pulls her insight from working there and from working with other comedy folks, and how you can use comedy as a designer to get people's attention, to present while you're presenting to folks. I'm only a couple pages into the book, but it's actually really insightful, so it was worthy enough of putting up there. This is also another book that I recently got, and the reason why I'm saying I recently got these is because if you start asking me specific questions, I'll be like, read the book and let me know. But the idea index is really cool. I'll actually pull it right out. What it does is a lot of times when you're stuck, you know all these tips and tricks that you've learned in school, but you forget them as soon as somebody asks you for them. So it'll break down things that you can do. So border treatment, try putting a border around something. Human connection. And mind you, this book was written in like 1990 something. So the examples they have may be a bit dated, but the concepts are true. So spiral, try using a spiral. Mask it and stencil. There was one that says like crop it, try doing stuff with type, do it on the diagonal. So it's just the basics. So you can't get very far, but at least if you're stuck in a rut and trying to think of a logo or an ad or anything, it gives you something to try out. So I thought that one was a good one. And then I've got 4 more here. This one's great for hand lettering. So she breaks down how to take your hand lettering from sketchbook to vector, and teaches you like where you actually have to put your vector placements and all that. Ogilvy on advertising is great for advertisers, because Ogilvy, if you guys have heard of him, he was a big wig, I think in like the 60s, for advertising, how to think as an advertiser, how to actually get people's attention. And while it is an old book, I think it's out of print, but you can get used copies. He's got a lot of really insightful things. Steal Like an Artist, a few people have mentioned it over time, and it's a fantastic one to kind of encourage you how to think differently. And while it's called Steal Like an Artist, never ever steal somebody's work. What he's actually trying to say is how to get inspired by other people and how to propel yourself forward and not steal necessarily their work, but their way of thinking. And the last one that I threw up here is, I think from Pantone actually, and it's about color psychology. So if you break it down, it says like pink is very warm and inviting and great for, baby stuff. The book says it a lot better than I do. Unfortunately, that's the only one that I don't have with me, but all the other ones I do have with me. So in a little bit, you'll be able to either pick from one of the ones that I have or use whichever one that you brought, which is right now. I thought I had a slide in between, but I don't. So we're going to team up with someone. How many of you guys brought books? You get a gold star!
I didn't bring this book, but I have the titles in my phone.
There you go. That's all right. I brought like 3 of those. So
Okay.
So what we're going to do for the rest of the time, and this is kind of an unusual Designer's Corner for us. Usually we do an activity with drawing, but today we're going to talk because talking is awesome sometimes. So we're going to team up with someone. If you've read any of the books mentioned in the previous pages, let me know and I'll team you up with someone who hasn't. But talk about when, where, and why did you get the book? Why do you love it? What would you change or add? A lot of times when you read a book, you're like, this is great, but I wish it actually told me, where I'm supposed to put my vector points, or I wish it had more activities. And that sort of critical feedback is important, even though the book can't respond to you. By talking to somebody, they may be like, oh, well, there's this great book you should read called, Design Funny, or Beginner's Kawaii, and it'll actually do that. How has the book influenced your work, and why, or who would you recommend it to? So while I may recommend this book to Christy, I may not recommend it to Ahmed because I don't know if this would be helpful for you in your line of work. There may be one in here where you're like, I really want to do hand lettering. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to recommend this one to you. So keeping in mind who you're recommending books is sometimes just as important as the book itself. Hello! Have either one of you guys brought books in today? No? Alright, okay. So we're going to pair up with either somebody you know or don't know, up to you. I'm not going to be super mean today. And even if you've never read any of the books, you're more than welcome to look through it and kind of go through these exercises of, what's it saying to you, even if you're just looking at the pretty pictures. What about the pretty pictures is drawing to you? What words are jumping out at you?
I see in progress.
Yeah.
I wanted to read that one for so long, but it's out of my price range, something like first read. Yes, so I think it's really good also for the non-designers. I think it's how to design for the non-designer.
Yeah.
Graphic design for the non-designer.
Yeah.
Is there one in particular you guys want to read? Which one?
What is that?
Perfect. That's
Just
just anybody else want to claim a book? They're going pretty fast.
Yeah.
Which one?
Oh,
come here, you got that in.
Would you like?
Where's the book that we talked
They grabbed it.
about?
Okay.
She's a famous like
And don't forget, you guys can trade. So if you're done reading,
she's
look for a book. Trade with someone. But don't walk away with these books. I'll be really mad at you guys. I will hunt you down.
And she goes through.
Wait, Natalie, you want to talk about that, guys?
That's a law.
Oh, what?
You want to talk about it?
Sure. Like, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, okay. So,
Here. We'll just let it run.
What? Do you have anybody?
Oh, yeah,
So I got this one that I was thinking. I this one clearly has a lot of different elements that we and I was thinking of that I wanted to see. And so it's like if you have data that has to be and the rest of the story. And I think what I did because I didn't want to get beat up in my backpack. Yeah. But it's a great book because that's very interesting. It gives you like what's the data and what works for this kind of data and how complex or complicated to make your visualizations of whatever data you have and that kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. It covers this so like it has your features like that. And so then you can actually try out different graphs and things like that using that software.
I never really learned to do it very well. Just like learning to play the violin.
So I'm actually going to go through those on here. So I got it at Barnes and Noble. I got it maybe a couple years ago, I would guess. It was one of the first books that I got. I got it because I was really interested in I wanted to know how to represent data sets because my brain always went through the same way when I would see all these written down and I was like, how do people read this? Right? That's what I wanted to know. What I love the most about it is that it really gets down to the level where it tells you, hey, this is how you want it to be. This is how you want it to look. But it doesn't give you explicit, like, this is how you should do it. It doesn't say, yes, I haven't either. Yes, so it doesn't say, doesn't tell you you can bar graph with this, you can go on the bar graph. It doesn't tell you that, but it tells you how to think in order to make
Well,
a graph.
I've been in marketing and public relations for a long time. I never really
What I would add to it, I do a lot about colors,
and I'm
and I
afraid
would like colors and important aspect in terms of like how to how much of a contrast things like that. And it is
You had to take 6 papers, you have to present a portfolio of work, and you have to listen to the exam. Now you have to do continuing education, teacher certification. So, but I actually proctored the exams here in Huntsville for about 15 years.
That's cool. I didn't know that was something that you could
You know, you can look that up. It's part of PRS, State Public Relations Society of America. And here in the South, we're not PRSA affiliated here locally. We're with the Southern Public Relations Federation, which is a smaller separate group. But there's a lot of good business to be had in the PR world.
That's what I figured. Like, I mean,
Where are you working now? You should come to two things. A local ad, American Advertising Federation. The Stewart chapter. Okay, there is a full-blown chapter here in town. And I can't tell you when they're going to meet, but you can look it up online. And the group I'm in, I think there's also a student group at JH. It's called the Public Relations Council of Alabama. And they meet on the third Wednesday. They
okay, I'll definitely go to that. Okay.
yeah, let me show you that. You can got the website if you want to. And that way you don't have to, yeah.
So it's very cool.
You don't have to look them up.
Then this world is so then you open up
I had like a joke with this business. I've never had a secret.
And that's the North Alabama Public Relations Council of Alabama. And they have job postings on graphic artists all these
And I've lived on both.
They're non-profit right now.
So yeah,
Go back to
Everything I need, no, it's my floor area is less than most people's. You know,
McDonald's looks like an inn.
There's the American Advertising Federation in North Alabama. And they'll have events and they have their meetings are.
Yeah, and that's all of our young people. There's a book very hard
You can join as an individual member, or you can go to work for a company and try to get them to that's all the music stuff. And sometimes PRCA in North Alabama will have the junior bid every year. And that's always a big deal. Okay, they got a lunch. Unless it just last week, and we had a meeting last week too. Our speaker, he was with he was sharp like that. And he was really exceptional. I was surprised how good he was. And, Okay, so they need to rent some federal credit union too. So they're probably the day after us, the week before us, let's see. We met last week, so the same week, they're together. Once a month for each week. And normally what you would do is, you know, if PRCA, you come the first time, of the year, if they're not going to come.
Listen, kind of
If you decide you want to join, you pay the dues, and the meal, I think, is $15 each month, which is a little bit pricey for lunch. You know, it's the best networking thing you can get into. That's where you're going to find your job.
I know, everybody. So I can tell you right now, it's like, what's
They think the graphic designer
they're always like this. I'm probably
It's a presentation program. It's not a graphic program.
Well, I have wanted to
And the earnings,
but anyway,
and these guys all over town, they're cramming that shit on the slide and they can get on there. And it just makes no sense, you can't even read it. Well, I thought that, you know, I've got a long time of experience. I try to explain this stuff to people, and they don't want to hear it. And, the best thing the Army could do right now to improve itself would be to ban PowerPoint. And you know, the graphics is so, if I'm asked to help with something, like a I've worked with designers and they'll come up, you know, and I look at it and I go, what that means? If you put it on the shirt,
and anybody who
one of the best programs now, I don't even know, for design. You know, people still using freehand.
Is that show your work or?
Everybody's being involved. And it's a subscription now, right?
What I like about it, and that's that everything is like, that's very nice.
It's
Like a lot of times are
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
it's like buzz around everybody and then down on the paper like the
Yeah,
little
it used to be
quotes
big.
and actual like visuals and press and whatnot.
so like if you can
I think there's a quote that I haven't read. It's
So
really
they-
hard for me.
I have like, oh,
So,
speaking of
Yeah.
I do get my own.
You might go talk to some of the guys like Phil McElroy and all of these
And like,
and these are, they do a lot of graphics and videos.
See, that's what I want to do. I want to like,
It's something that I'm growing into.
Yeah.
I'm like slowly growing
Another one is Country Productions, they look around all the time. Country Productions, KZU, no, Z.
what do you think like helping me?
Country Productions, they're,
Help you like
they do a lot of primarily film. You can there's a lot of animation and stuff. You've seen animations like on NASA. When they do the Mars landing and they do those animation kind of things. Well, I think they do some film too. But Country mainly is film production. Matt McCreary is that
Where did you go to school?
So my first 2 years were at
He's always American. And then Tim McElroy is the president of media. He's kind of been around for a long time. MC, EL, old fashioned. I have to look at that.
yeah,
There's one company that used to be here that I think is fantastic.
There's actually, there's
They're
a
yeah, because I want to like,
They're more like TV guys.
yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. It's kind of like that.
Well, I tried to tell them. Country about internet media. I go on
Oh, that's the thing. I almost see that where I'm like, I want to try to help
Video,
her.
video on the internet, we think it's gonna consume some like television stations, broadcast companies. Yeah, that's right, Amazon.
Yeah.
That's right, so they're gonna displace some of the networks. Netflix is also
not like emotion.
and so is
And like, and
people get tired of cable. They don't like Yeah. A lot of people disconnecting the cable, I knew that.
Do you know much about computers?
I mean, I can work on this and like, I haven't
Well, the only reason I keep cable is
So what
because
about
of
your
news programs, but I can get that now on the
You can get it on the
internet.
internet, yeah. I think the reason why a lot of people get cable is so,
Or what am I doing for
Steve, you better
that?
watch out. The only time I would ever.
So you think to start like reading
My brother just bought a TV that had built-in Roku.
No, yeah. Like
That's the thing,
leadership is one
like,
thing.
you're not gonna change the content.
Everything like this. I'll be able to like
What I
have
do is, I mean,
survey
nine times out of
of
10,
everything that is.
I'm not really a person that watches a lot of entertainment TV. Because
I mean, I design our logo.
Yeah, I know, no problem.
Even when I got CNN on my phone, I may not listen to the video, I'm gonna read what the reporter wrote. Because that's my prejudice.
Yeah, I personally and so like I've really gotten my new iPad. It's the best thing ever. You can rent like you guys go to drive there.
That's right.
It's like try to find. I should be done work. There's just 10 more pages. And you know, like I was driving work, but there's just so many like
It's like a lower.
Is it possible that every time I work, like there's one who's just podcasts,
I've been actually really and then some of the books that are for sale on Amazon. But if you just look around a little bit, they're pretty downloads. Sometimes from the Oxford website.
Oh, yeah.
That's like already have.
Oh, I get it. Like,
I've got a couple of like that. And one of them has to do with advertising copyright. That's something I learned to do well. Started out in school. By the time I got going here, that's when I got the PR job. So my education about copywriting
What would be like the use?
30 years ago. Some people like to say that copywriting is these guys who write these long sales letters, without quite statements. But I mean, screenwriting, in my mind, a lot of it. I'm written a couple of videos for Max.
So what about?
He had to do a project with Chamber of Commerce, and I wrote his video. I didn't, I just researched it with the client. I understood what the client wanted. I understood what the client think was important. I wrote goal real. I So that's as much to me as copywriting as somebody writing a 5-page sales list. So when I was talking to Natalie about websites, I told her, I'm going to write the copy. I'm not going to design the website.
I just did the website, like all other stuff, but like writing the copy, the problem is like,
And they don't, sometimes they don't know what their customer, what they don't know what their customer value.
Yeah. They don't sit there and think, I want it to see how it's
So I have to go in and I have to interview the client before I can even start. Because if I don't know what these customers need, I'm gonna be guessing.
Well, it's like, other people maybe need to find it.
You may not.
I think such a new part of the argument for and also what was your restaurants at
Well, I try to go and look at other companies' websites that are recent. Because they've already done the research. And then, you can go look at trade publications, there's all kinds of places you can go get information. And the best thing to do is to talk to a couple of his customers who's already bought from him. Yeah.
why they stay like, and then also the things like for my other ones, so like there's little we're just pick out 5 brushes, yellow, like sure maybe so much easier than the color.
What about red?
Those things don't work together. Just show me on
Yeah, I did that my last employer. I said, I'm going to show you, you can look, I'm going to show you after the website, I'm going to tell me which one you like the best.
That just means it's like gives you an time to work.
Right, and then I showed you the design, and I said, make it look something like that.
So because if they
And then this same company,
they want they ask like
the same company, I wrote the text for a note, I didn't know what time it was. And they sent the text off to him. And I didn't think he did it. I don't even think he did it design. It's got a red background, white lettering on a red background.
the license
Yeah, you said the legible in the first place. So,
I know some reason.
I get it. Look at here, I tell you when the private place, I think it's a spot hard I worked it up.
Yeah, the red and yellow.
Business
Green
community.
is not.
So that they really are enlightened.
For some reason,
Oh,
yeah.
Quality product.
That's the thing. There's maybe it's like.
Right, that's right. They don't realize how much work goes into.
All of these are.
How long would it take
What's
to
that
write
about?
15 pages?
I mean, it's just like ideas. And then they're like,
There's a
maybe for like that person that didn't want the logo comes in any day. So. Like a bunch of
You know, they don't realize before I write the first word.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna know every, I'm gonna know more about their competitors when I finish the next. And then the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to some of these cities, like New York or Houston or LA or Chicago. I'm gonna look and see what their industry already doing. And so when I get done, my text reads like somebody that knew what they were doing and actually did it. But then when they speak to the designer who hasn't got a clue, it's not working anything. Yeah.
It's so hard because like I can make sure I do help. I want all my ways to so I guess they like fragmented good. Or
Yeah, no, I totally feel that.
Okay, good.
And is that the graphic artist?
Like we were getting more
Designers come to those meetings.
yeah, that's
So
why I'm gonna start on art
I can see that. I can see that.
I told her about the ad federation and the
Great guys. Yeah.
Like looking at
Yeah. Because like he was telling me about that. I guess I have
I can't believe they don't invite the students to their meetings.
I think
The PR group has about 80 PR Facebook. So we're gonna come back and get all of it. Or you can find out those and I'll send it to you.
I need to make sure I pick myself up. It's just like I don't know. I have to find out.
No, that's how I say it.
It's hard to define that. Like to summarize it all.
What makes it hard?
There's a lot of networking going on right now.
So I was
But how does complicated work?
So we're able to get the book?
Yeah, we looked at it real quick, and then we got sidetracked on it.
Yeah, right. That was the idea. So I feel like
Are you a part of the UAB?
Yeah, I got
No, I mean like, are you actually? I'm not. Okay, okay. Because
I have one friend who's a photographer.
Okay, sorry.
Creative Life is giving away free
Yes. Awesome. Okay.
It's really I don't know about
Yeah, you need a certain
looking
number
at
at
work
the
and like self life,
but
not like performances.
and so yeah, once like you need it
Like really
to get done.
I think I was mentioning that.
Entry level, and then you share it.
But that's like
As long as you do five.
that's
Other
like
things too, I
one
was definitely
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
it's like reading like an apology to yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It is.
Do you have problems with that?
Might just be creative.
Do you think about that?
I never used to do
There you go.
I think there needs to be so much
you.
balance. Like,
I have a couple
And I saw
So
those
one
boots.
is sometimes designed as an inside, and then the other one is called the functional art.
That doesn't mean
I really like it.
Okay, so you can show me that. Yeah, nice to see
You
you
don't want to
again.
shut people out.
Of
You
course.
want to shut people out.
So you're able to get my chance we're able to get me into their life with
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm actually glad people didn't bring in too many books. So I must have bought them all.
Bring it back.
It's great to see you.
But if I did them, I would have bought them. Sorry. Do your friend get scared off?
No.
No. I'm not gonna get offended if you say yeah. So.
No, I wasn't. I just had some.
Trying to get out, they were scared.
It was good. This is really cool. I want something like this for fun. Right? And maybe they're it. Yeah. I found that at like there's a used bookstore in Chattanooga that was that by
No.
So yeah. So I found this for like $2 for like
BYUS.
I was thinking through this and I saw this page. I was like, that's what this is called. I had no idea what this was called. And so every time I took a screenshot and I saw it weird like this, I was like, why can't it just be normal?
Yeah, the font's literally not designed
It's just,
to
it's
look
mainly,
like that.
I would
That's what
use
it
it
is.
on
This
my
font
off-road.
has been designed picture by pencil. This one, the computer's making graphic pixels around it.
I've heard
Yeah.
so
It's intentional design versus computer design.
And I'm just like, oh my god, everything is just, this is why I have so much trouble with screenshots. This is why.
Yeah,
Well, screenshots too, if you ever try to print anything,
yeah.
screens are 72 dots per inch.
Work on an egg.
Printers print at 300 dots per inch, so it's literally a third of the resolution if you take a screenshot versus if you actually prepare it properly. So that's why whenever you print a GIF out and it's not animated, it's because of the resolution and because you can't animate on paper like that. Also, sorry YouTube, just realized the thing was too small for you this whole time. You're just gonna have to read it on our website. Thank you for listening and goodbye.